Here's a Liger 3.0 with a Roland GK-KIT-GT3 installation. There's the Roland divided pickup. This one's got a Boss logo on it instead of Roland. They used to say Roland there, but now it says Boss. So that means it's probably fairly new from the factory. These are patch up, patch down buttons. That's actually patch up, and that's patch down. And then we're going to basically just do a run through of the knob switches, and here's some sounds. So here's your 5-way pickup selector when it's up here for the neck. In that position, neck and middle. In that position, middle pickup. In that position, middle and bridge. When it's all the way down, the bridge pickup. There is a push-pull knob right here. Pull it up. That adds the neck pickup to the signal. So when the 5-way is down here, it would be bridge and neck. And if the 5-way is there, it would be all 3 pickups. The 5-way is in the middle, it would be the neck pickup and the middle pickup. This would also be neck and middle, and that would just be the neck pickup. And that's only when this knob is pulled up. So it's down. Down is normal functionality here. This just puts the neck pickup into the signal, regardless of where this is. So we're going to keep this down for now. This particular knob, if you pull it up, you're bypassing the preamp. So we're going to just take a listen of that, because you'll be able to hear a difference, I hope. So here's how it sounds with the preamp in the signal. And when we pull the knob up, it's a little darker sound. So the preamp adds some clarity and top end, it sounds like. And that's useful if you're playing a gig live and the preamp, the 9-volt battery on the back just decides it's going to go out. So you can finish the song, then replace the 9-volt battery, which is in here. This is your electronics panel. In here you have the preamp and the Roland circuit board. So getting back to the knobs, this is main volume. This is tone, also for your middle pickup. So it's a push-pull tone pot, just for the middle pickup. So the bridge pickup and the neck pickup are connected to this knob right here. So it's pretty cool. Now we have mini toggles here. So this is a split coil mini toggle for the neck pickup. See if you can hear that. When it's up, it's in humbucker. Down, split coil. Middle pickup, split coil toggle, so we'll hear that. And then in the bridge, that's the bridge split coil toggle. And then the last mini toggle is your oboe bypass toggle. So right now we're bypassing the oboe. In my oboe I have a Mutron Microtron 3 pedal. If I push this toggle down, and then the way it's set up is this is your main guitar out cable, this is your oboe IO cable. So this is a stereo cable, mono guitar cable. When this cable's plugged in, it powers on the 9-volt battery. However, with the Roland 13-pin DIN connector plugged in, that also powers on the 9-volt battery. So if you're running the guitar signal through your Roland gear, right now I have a Roland GK-KIT-GT3 on the floor. So if I pull this out, we still have signal because this turns the power on for the battery, which powers the preamp. So these are the only two cables I actually need if I'm going to use the output of the GK-KIT-GT3 on the floor. If you plan to split the signal and have the guitar signal not go through the GK-KIT-GT3, then you would want to plug this in, and then with outboard gear, just split the signal. So you don't have to go through the GK-KIT-GT3 for the regular guitar signal. Last but not least, this is the volume that sends MIDI to the GK-KIT-GT3. Basically, it sends a MIDI volume control to the GK-KIT-GT3 on the floor. And this is your divided pickup, which sends a signal to the GK-KIT-GT3 to convert to MIDI. And so right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the volume of the guitar, so we have no volume. And I'm going to raise the volume of I'm going to send a MIDI volume control to the GK-KIT-GT3 all the way up, so that would mean MIDI volume control at 128, because that's the highest MIDI volume control number. And we have a string patch. We're on string patch 1. So that's the string orchestra bank, patch 1. And if I push this button, which is this one, right there, that one, that goes up to patch number 2, which is a different string in the same bank. Sounds very similar. So let's go up to patch number 10. Let's see what patch 10 in the string orchestra bank sounds like. Still sounding the same. Let's go up to 23. Starting to sound a little different. Let's go up to, okay, so I just went past the string bank, and now we're in the synth lead bank. And you can hear the slides on the synth lead bank. Here's some bends. Let's see, let's jump up to a lot of patches in the synth bank. We're on 50. That's the only thing, is you can't jump banks. There's a lot of banks here. There's synth, voice, ethnic, rhythm, piano, organ, bass, brass, wind, and strings, but there's no way to jump banks on here. You could probably switch banks faster on the floorboard controller. But on mine, I just see a glide and a hold, so I'm not sure. On the GK-KIT-GT3, I don't know how easy it is to switch banks. There's a kind of like a turning knob to switch banks, not really a foot button. So you can probably get another MIDI controller, plug it into here, MIDI in, and control different banks and jump to banks. But now we're on voice bank, patch 11. Interesting. Let's go all the way up to, so that had 56 patches in the voice bank. Now we're in ethnic. and stuff. Alright, this is too much fun. And let's see how the volume knob, MIDI volume control knob works. Seems to work pretty good. Now you can blend the MIDI signal and guitar signal. And we can also put on that microtron and MIDI. Let's see. So that's fun too. Do that. This is becoming a long video. That's pretty much it. That's all the functionality of this particular setup here. So we went through the knobs, switches, 5-way, the output jacks. Make sure you're using a Roland 13 pinned in compatible cable. I've heard that there are some 13 pin cables that don't work with this setup, so make sure it's Roland GK-3 compatible. It has to do with like all the wires being connected from pin to pin on the ends. That's pretty much it.